we are going to show you how to create your own underline style using Logos Bible software. I have the latest in 2025, the new one that's paid for by the month for constant upgrades. I think it's version 11. And so here's the problem that I want to fix. Here you have an example of their underline style, and it's very thin. And so at my age, I want to see my underlining a little bit clearer than that. And so I want to create a new underline style. As you can see here, I have the highlighting already open. Let me close it just so I can show you how to get there in case you don't know how to do that. Go to Tools, and there you'll find highlighting. And then once you're in the highlighting section, if you're all the way at the top, you'll see all of your highlighting that is available. And as you can see here, here's a green underline, and that's very thin also. And there is a pencil underline here, very thin, and the blue one I have here. And then, let's see, somewhere I have the red one, but you can see that over here, so I don't need to find it. Here's how you can add your own styles, and this isn't just limited to underlining, as you'll see. So we'll go over here to a new palette. That's the first thing you want to do. And when you do that, down here, it already is starting with new, untitled, and of course it's highlighted, so you can go ahead and just type a name for it. So let's call this underline. Whoops, if I could spell, it'd be good. Underline styles. Okay, and then hit enter. And now you have a new palette to use that you've created. You go ahead and hit the chevron key, the down arrow, and you're going to go into add a new style. And that is the next step. Now here you can create new font styling, background styling, text effects, images, insert text, labeling, etc. But the one we want are borders and lines styles. And so I will show you how to do a red bolded underline style that will be much better than the one that they have, in my opinion. So we have we want to go solid. Here's every kind of border you can go with, or line. And so we want to go with a solid one, which is the default. And then we're going to go to red. So we'll go to the bright red color. And then underneath is the underline style, which defaults to this one here that's very thin. Click on that. And I like the third one down. It's much more easy to see. And then in the text box here, it's showing text. And it shows that you can use this line as a strike through, like something you want to strike out. Or you can go below the text and use it as an underline. And of course, that's what we want. So it doesn't show the bolded one when you do that. It just shows that where you're going to position it on this text or on your text. And so that is the correct thing. Make sure you've clicked until that is red, the color of whatever color you've chosen. If it was green, it would look green. That means you've done everything here that you need to do. You've got a solid line. It's red. It's not a strike through, it's an underline. And so we go up here to the name, and then we're going to highlight that and call it bold red underline. Okay? And then right up here above this, you hit save. Now look, at the bottom of all my styles, I have my new underline style, and I have a bold red underline style here. So now when I go over here, and I highlight the text, I will redo this one in the bold. And so, as you probably know, you can go to erase to get rid of the old underline, but it keeps it highlighted for you. And then we go down here and click on the new bold underline, and look at that. Beautifully underlined and much more vivid, easier to see, and is my preferred method of underlining. Now there's one more thing you'll want to do. If you underline a lot, you want to do a shortcut. So go to the chevron under your new style, bold red underline, click the down chevron arrow, and go to shortcut key, okay? And then when we got to hit the chevron here. And then when we hit that, we can go in here and we can add it to our saved styles. Now I want it to be my underline style. So I'm going to use the U, which is already showing that I've used it for another kind of underline. I'm going to go ahead and mark this one as the choice. And now you can see U will be the way for me to underline in the future. So if I go over here and I want to underline something, we can go right in here and highlight it and hit U, and bam, there is the new underline working perfectly. So in this video, you've learned how to add a new palette, name it, and save it. And then in the new palette, underline palette, you click the down arrow and you went to add a new style. And then in the new style section, you went to borders and lines. And then we'll do one more just for fun. We'll do a green, and we'll go in here, make sure we're clicking on the one we want, put it where we want it as an underline, highlight untitled, and save it as bold, green, underline. All right, and then hit save. And now here we go. We have a bold green underline. And then, of course, we want to save it to a shortcut key. We can just jump right in here and click on one of those, either that we've used and we want to redo, or a new area. I went real fast, so let me go back for a second just to make sure you saw what I did. Shortcut key, if I go down far enough, there's some that are not used. I can click on any of those. In this case, I clicked on one I already used, and so I just chose a different thing to put to 0, and that's it. Now 0 gives me bold green, which I go over here, highlight it, hit, well, first I'd want to hit erase, so I get rid of the red one, and then I would hit 0 on my keyboard. Easier said than done, I guess. And maybe I chose, well, no, I think it was 0. Let me try that again. Should have worked. Here we go. Let's go 0. There we go. I guess maybe I didn't hit the 0. I may have hit the O. So there you go. There's the green and there's the red. So that's how you can create your own styles, and in this case, underlines. But you can do this with fonts and every other thing that you see on the screen. It's wonderful.